Hi there, folks. Sam Price here with Probate Notes. Thank you for tuning into this episode. This episode is going to be a little different. What I wanted to do is just kind of take some time to talk to you about me and kind of tell you how I tick and how I got to where I am and a bit more about me and my practice. So, I wanted to start off just explaining a little bit about me and my family. And my parents, my father was in the Korean War, and after he got out of the Air Force, he became a civilian and went to Vietnam as a civilian contractor. He had a construction company with his brothers. I really loved the intellectual challenge of international taxation. It was something always very interesting, something I loved researching, but I didn't like the practice of it, and so I decided to leave. And when I left, that was 2001, and I started back into the old family business of flipping houses. And I would sometimes buy a small one bedroom or two bedroom house and turn it into a four-bedroom house, add on. I started buying vacant lots and building homes. I started buying commercial properties, and then at one point, I had a commercial tenant where they ran a homeless resource center. It was a place where the homeless could get off the street for the day, do their laundry, take a shower, get connected with county resources, and see if they could eventually get connected to housing. And what they told me is that the county needed housing. They don't have any housing. They contract for that. And I said, "Wow, I've got that." This was in 2008 when there was a big bubble burst in real estate, and so I was stuck with a lot of excess inventory. And so I applied for a county contract with the county of San Bernardino, and I got it. So I was the largest supplier of at the time of housing to the San Bernardino County homeless program, and we did 50 beds. And I did the housing side, so I supplied the housing and toiletries and meals, 3 meals a day, everything that you need to live. But it was the county social workers that provided all the heavy lifting of helping people get from, homelessness to permanent housing. And so we were a part of that success because we were in the support role of making sure that people aren't living under a bridge, but, have a clean, safe, sober place where they can, thrive. And it was an employment program where they would go out and look for work, and once they got a job, and they had jobs in, retail or a warehouse or, uh, yeah, I remember some people working, for liquor stores and things like that, that, um, it was a job that they could then, once they graduated from the program, go on and get permanent housing through Section 8 housing and get subsidized housing and be able to get that permanent housing. So, when someone graduated from the program, I always felt a really big, part of that success. When I first started practicing, it was just me. I was sitting by myself in my living room with my laptop and my cell phone. My, wife was in the kitchen cooking, the dog was barking, the gardener outside is mowing the lawn, and I'm trying to get some work done, but, I figured out, "You know what? I can't keep working at home. I need an office." So I got some office space, and when I was doing everything by myself, I was stuffing envelopes, and I was, answering the phones, and I was doing everything that I needed some help with. And as I got busier and busier, I hired my first paralegal. And, at the time, I didn't even know what a paralegal did and what work to give her. And, but she was great and she really helped out a lot. And we started to grow. And then we got an associate and we kept building, growing and growing. And eventually we got a larger office space and more employees. And, jump forward through today, through a lot of help, I've went through some coaching, some business coaching with Atticus, and they have the motto "Great practice, great life." And for me, that's something that really resonated with me because having a young family, my wife and I had a son in 2017, and so he is currently 8 years old. But um, having started the practice full time and having gotten uh, had a child during that time, it was something that I wanted to spend more time with my family as well as do a good job for my clients and practice law. And so to do that, I had to learn how to both have a law practice and build that practice as well as do the legal work. And so um, eventually, Atticus asked me to coach other people. So I currently do group coaching for other attorneys. And for me, it's a really great thing to give back to the legal community that's given so much to me. I started working with the Trust and Estate Section Executive Committee, commonly known as TexCom, with the California Lawyers Association. I'm in my third year now, and I really enjoy that work. We do a lot of review of California legislation regarding trust and estates and comment on that. That's the major part of what we do. But we also give programming and education in trust and estates work. And I really enjoy my work with them. It's a great group of attorneys, and I'm humbled by all the great thinkers that are in the room, whether that be someone from a litigation background or administration, people that work at large firms and small firms from big cities and small cities. And so we get a lot of really good perspective doing that type of work. And so now I practice solely in probate, estate planning, and trust administration. It's something that most of my cases are probate matters that probably 80% of my work is probate cases. And so I wanted to also be able to be a voice and kind of try to work on being that thought leader in the probate world in California by starting this probate podcast. And so I called it Probate Notes because probate notes are both the things that the probate examiners at the court give you to tell you that if there's any deficiencies in your probate matter. But it also is kind of a play on the notes that I have to you about probate. And so that's why I wanted to call it Probate Notes. And it's really geared towards the professional that works in probate. So whether you're an attorney or a paralegal that works in probate matters, or if you are a real estate agent that deals with selling probate properties, the professional fiduciary who gets asked to take over as the personal representative of an estate, everything from insurance agents to CPAs who do our fiduciary tax returns. It's a different kind of tax return that you and I file every year. Instead of a Form 1040, an estate or trust files a Form 1041. And so this is for you as well. And all these professionals that work together, we all have the symbiotic relationship that I don't do what you do and you don't do what I do, but we need each other because it takes a lot of different uh, practice areas to be able to get these things done on these probate cases out the door to help our mutual clients. So I hope that this gives you a little better insight about me and my practice. And currently, we're at 2 attorneys and 13 staff, so we've got a total of 15 at our office, and we're really geared up to do administration work. That's the biggest thing that we do here at our office. That that's what we do. We do probate matters.